Wow, 11:12, so close to 11:11. Really, we just missed our wish.
We have no wishes today. Too bad.
5, 6, 7, 8. We got Big Theater Kid Energy.
Hello and welcome to Big Theater Kid Energy. I am your host, Ryan Garcia. I'm joined today by Lauren Lopez, and we just went and saw. Did you just look around?
Yeah,
for her to
what
look?
camera am
Yeah,
I
your
looking?
camera's way over there.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, straight ahead of you. If you just point your head as if you didn't, like, just straight ahead.
You mean I don't need to go like this?
You won't be seen. So you just look like a profile of yourself.
Okay, cool.
So far, this is going great. Last night, we went and saw The Night of the Iguana by Tennessee Williams at the Boston Court Pasadena. The show is running through October 12th. Boston Court Pasadena is in Pasadena. It's in the name. So go check it out. We're going to talk about it. But first, as you know, this is Big Theater Kid Energy. It's where we review shows that are happening in LA, original shows, as well as touring productions that come through the city. So they might be coming to a town near you, or it might be a show like this that maybe you've read in a theater class, or you just know Tennessee Williams because of his big hits like Cat in a Hot Tin Roof and The Last Menagerie and Streetcar Named Desire. This one was one that was in his later life that we'll get into a lot there. There's things to talk about and discuss, but that's not what's most important. The most important thing here is that Lauren Lopez has come and graced us with her presence.
That's right. Enough about Tennessee Williams.
He's dead.
Who?
We got Lauren Lopez. Lauren, I'm just going to read things that I found about you online. You ready?
Oh my God, amazing. They're all true.
Okay, great. So you are a founding member of Starkid.
Okay, that is true, yes.
Yes. Oh yeah. Just check the math on all these things.
Absolutely.
This is Wikipedia truth right here.
Okay, right.
A very Potter musical was really what put you guys on the map at Michigan University,
Yes.
where you studied. You got a BFA.
Yes, theater performance,
Wow.
acting.
Wow. And then I didn't know this. You moved to New York City after that.
I did.
How long were you in New York?
I was only there for like a little over a year. And then
Wow.
I moved to Chicago because we
Oh,
like started
right.
Starkid officially out of Chicago.
And you were like, we're Midwest, we're Michigan. We
Yeah.
should go to the Midwest major theater town.
Yes. Also, no one wanted to come to New York.
Sure.
So I had to leave.
Tough place. So you were the one. You're like,
Yeah.
guys, it's great. Come
Yes,
on.
I loved New York. I was like, I'm here for life. And then they were like, I don't think so. So I was
You're
like,
like,
okay.
oh, okay. Well, I thought I was setting a trend, but I guess I'll do whatever you guys do.
Yeah.
And then here's the only things about your. Oh, before I get to that,
Yeah.
you're also like one of my favorite memes.
And which meme is it? There's
It's
so many.
I'm gonna say this name wrong. Zazalil.
Zazalil.
Zazalil. Is that correct?
It's correct.
Is it Zatzalil?
Yeah,
Is
that's right.
That double Z gets a little t.
Absolutely.
Zatzalil in Firebringer. It's one of my favorite. I don't really want to go to work.
You like that?
I love that.
I'm so glad you like it.
I use it.
Oh, you do?
All the time.
I mean, it's so relevant.
It's so relevant
always.
because who wants to go to work?
No one wants to fucking do it.
Not today, not
No.
ever.
No, exactly.
Really great job using your camera. Okay, and the only
Trying
two.
so hard.
Like, I'm going to talk to Ryan, but I'm also going to talk directly to that lens. That's some media training right there.
Right.
And the only two things about your personal life on Wikipedia
Okay, I can't wait.
are that you are engaged and married to Joey Richter,
Yes, that's true.
and also that you have a dog named Diane.
The two most important people in my life, to be honest. So
And when I talk about you to people, that's all I say.
thank you. That's all that's really matters. My child and my partner.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for being here.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
Just here on a Friday after seeing some theater last
Yeah,
night, which
I-
again, like when also Lauren, when we were getting ready to go and see the show, she texted me a few days beforehand being like, Ryan, it's sold out. I can't get a ticket.
Yes. I thought I was getting my own ticket.
Like,
I was
Lauren,
like, this is a new podcast.
Yeah.
There's no funding.
Lauren, half the reason I started this show was to get free tickets to theater.
And that is genius, and I can't believe I didn't even think about that.
And the other reason was so I could talk with a friend about theater afterward.
Yeah, my favorite
Also,
thing.
because like, you know, the hardest part is like it is so not okay to talk about a play in the lobby.
Right, which we both said is hard for us.
It's so hard, or even on the way to your car.
Yeah. No, you
Or
have to be away from the area.
Away.
Yes.
Because people that like are in the cast, they look different when they come out. You may not even recognize that they're walking right behind you down the street.
Oh my God, nightmare.
That is my nightmare.
Yes.
And yeah, but we both, like, the willpower was tough.
Yeah, it is. Because you want to talk about it immediately. You've got so many thoughts.
So many thoughts. But I think what's great about this too is like giving them a chance to ruminate.
Yeah.
is so helpful.
Yes, this play needed that, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's, some plays are like and Juliet is such like you just go in there, you can turn your brain off and just have a great friggin' time.
And I love that.
And that's a form of theater.
Yes.
And then there's
that's valuable.
So valuable.
Yes.
And then there's this form of theater where it's like it challenges you.
Yeah.
You are not there to have a good time. You are there to reflect on some hard shit about our society and the human experience overall.
Yes, exactly.
But before we get to all that, look, this is the second episode. It's going to be messy.
I love it. We're finding our way.
And also with you here, like I feel like the vibe is so easy.
Oh, yeah.
We've known each other for so long now.
Yes.
Do we meet each other doing Edgar Allan Poe's Murder Mystery Dinner Party?
Yes, I think so.
Where you played George Eliot?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were so fucking funny in that.
Oh, thank you very much. That
so
was
good.
such a blast.
It was the best.
And Lauren,
Yeah.
were you the lead in a lot of plays in high school?
I was. And who cares, though? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the size of the part.
Right.
But I was very fortunate, and I got some leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was there a role in high school that you felt robbed of?
I honestly don't think so.
You got them all.
It's not even that I got them all, but I can't remember. We were doing a play in my high school, a one-act version of Picasso at the La Pinagio, which is a Steve Martin play.
I love that play.
Which is a great play.
Yeah.
I probably butchered that name, actually, because it's like French. Whatever.
They're not listening.
Whatever.
The French don't
Steve's
care.
not listening.
He might be. The French aren't.
Right.
An
Blanket
American podcast about musicals and plays.
That's so good.
No, thank you.
Okay, that was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. But we had auditions and callbacks for that, and I did not get a role in that, and I was absolutely devastated. But now looking back on it, I'm like, right, I did a bad job.
Uh-oh.
But in my defense, I had horrible. I mean, I still struggle with anxiety, but I had horrible audition anxiety back then, and I would get so anxious that I would vomit. And that was happening to me during those callbacks where I would have to run to the bathroom, vomit, sorry, trigger warning. And I was so in my head and in such a state that I just completely bombed that callback. And so looking back on it, I'm like, that was fair. I did not earn a place in that show.
Audition anxiety is so real.
So real.
It's something that like plagued me for such a long time. Like I have similar stories to that where I used to get sweat, like pit stains that went down to my waist.
Oh my God.
And I remember one time I was at like a callback in college and I had a shirt that I was like, this is an unusable shirt.
Oh my God.
There are pit stains all the way, like they're making my belt wet. And so I had to run home and get a new shirt and come back and do the audition. I had like tell the stage manager like, hey, I'm sorry, like you need to put me last because
that's
this is
also
not going to
so
work.
stressful because you're like, you can't control that. Like
What am I
you're
gonna do?
so out
That's
of control.
My body having a real reaction, thinking like that's like the reptilian brain think I'm being chased by a jaguar in the jungle.
Yes, your body's like, you're in danger, girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or this other time I went into like it was the college auditions. And, you audition for the whole semester.
Okay, so you audition all at once for every show at one time.
Like there were 4 shows that semester, and all the directors are in there, so you have to get 2 monologues and a song that cover those.
Everything. Wow.
And I thought, like, I overthought it so much.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, you know what? This monologue doesn't work. I'm going to do a new monologue. And so last minute, I changed my monologue.
Been there.
And I freaked out so much that I walked in the room and I started singing my song off key. Like, and at that point, and I was like, no turning back. This is terrible. I'm the worst. And then when I started trying to do my monologue, gone. No words. I covered my mouth and I just went, I'm so sorry. I'm going to vomit. I have to leave the room. And they all all their jaws dropped.
Oh my
and went,
God.
oh, yeah, of course. And I ran out and they let me come back and audition again.
So merciful.
But isn't it wild how we think certain things are so important?
Yes.
When it comes to auditions?
Yes. You overthink the hell out of everything.
And like what an evolution that has happened like since then for me, and I'm assuming.
Yes.
For you too. It's just like, oh, what am I doing?
Yes. Because the older you get, and also the more you audition and the more experience you have with it, the more liberated you become from the outcome, which then liberates you from the anxiety.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like when I go to auditions, I feel like there's still a subconscious part of my body that like my body still goes like, oh, audition time.
Yeah.
And gets like a little nervous, but it's not nearly what it used to be.
No, I was, last story I'll tell about nerves in auditions, but I had a callback for this DC show, and it was Lindsay Baldessari and David Rappaport.
Oh, wow.
And I'm there, I'm getting ready to go in, and I look around the room, and everyone looks like me, but much hotter.
Yeah, classic.
And I start thinking, oh no, I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve this.
Right.
All the thoughts.
You're casting it. You're like, it's that guy, actually, it's not me.
Exactly. What a mistake they made.
Yeah.
Let me go and tell them that I can go. And so I'm dealing with these like nerves, and Lindsay Baldessari comes out and she says, oh, by the way, the character's super nervous.
Oh.
And I went,
Blessing.
oh, fantastic. I'm super nervous.
Yes.
And then the nerves went away.
Oh.
And I was like, and then I got more
like,
freaked
no,
out
I
for
need
different
those.
reasons. Yeah, come back. And it just made me it became like, oh, that's right. What a great gift that moment was for the future.
Yeah.
Of like, am I trying to run away from my nerves or ignore them or stuff them down? That just makes them stronger.
Absolutely. You have to like make friends with them.
Yeah.
Wow. So wise.
Look at us. We both learned so much in our just few years out here in Los Angeles.
And I just graduated from college
just
like
a couple
3 years
years.
ago.
Yeah, it's been a few, just 3?
3 years.
Yeah, wow. Do you have a go-to audition song?
I used to. I don't really audition for musicals anymore.
Right.
As a rule.
As a rule.
Cut that.
No, wait. I don't want to cut that. What's the rule?
I just, you know, I in my professional life, I like to focus on plays and then TV and film.
Great.
So I
do you
don't
do much
a lot-
voiceover?
In voiceover, yes. I audition a lot for
That's
voiceover.
the only place I really still have to audition with songs.
100%. There's so much singing right now with voiceover auditions.
So
Every audition, they're like, and by the way, could you sing?
A little up-tempo pop at the end.
My up-tempo pop was always Robin, Do You Know What It Takes to Love Me, which is a real throwback pop song. And then musical theater, I'm more of a classical musical theater, so it was always like Gershwin, Someone to Watch Over Me, something like that.
I always do Dancing in the Moonlight because it's just good for my voice. Like I had this theater teacher, Kate Ingram, and she was like, I just have to know my voice.
Yes.
And my voice does, like, they want me to sing a pop song. You know what? That's not how my voice works.
100%.
My voice doesn't fit into pop song arenas.
Yes.
It fits into a more like musical theater. So that's kind of like the happy medium, is doing something a little bit more from the past that feels a little more musical theater-y.
Yeah.
And that's why that one always works
That's
for me.
perfect. Yeah. I think that's another reason I stopped auditioning for musicals, is because every female part now is mezzo-soprano with a belt. And that's not my voice. Because I'm a Gershwin, Rodgers and Hammerstein. You know, I'm that sort of girl.
So you're a Hammerstein, not a Hammerstein, huh?
Is it Stein?
I don't know.
I say it different every time it comes out of my mouth.
Me too.
Because I'm like, I'm trying it out. But it's E-I-N?
Yeah, but
then it is Stein.
No, but everyone does EIN different.
Yeah. You know, it's Berenstein. This is a whole thing.
There's a whole Mandela effect situation now we're getting into, so we got to eject quick.
Right.
Because that is not what this is about.
Right.
What it's about is, where's your favorite place to sit in a theater? I'm just curious.
Oh, a front row mezzanine, if there's a mezzanine.
Wow.
That's my favorite place.
Okay, so far there's a theme. There's a pattern with my guests.
Really?
It's been front row mezzanine.
It's the best seat.
Yeah.
Right? What is your favorite seat?
I like right in the middle, like row F.
I
want to be in the
floor.
orchestra.
Oh, see.
I want to be in the orchestra, like kind of eyes right at their nipples.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nipple cam.
Nipple cam, where I have a view of the full stage, but I still can like make out facial features.
Yes.
Sometimes, depending on the size of the theater,
it's true,
a mezzanine, you're seeing just a blob of a face.
You're right.
You know, so maybe a little bit, but I really like to get a little bit more intimate.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think my shortness really goes into this, because when I'm in the orchestra, I'm always behind the tallest person on earth.
Right.
And I can never see. So the mezzanine really gives me
I'm dealing with my privilege a lot, because that was the same response I got from Ben.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah. Sorry
okay.
to all the short people for my feelings about it. Lauren, did you just direct your first full-length play?
Oh my gosh, I did. Thank you for asking. It was a musical.
A full-length musical?
Yeah.
Which is so many more things to juggle.
It is, yeah.
But you didn't choreograph as well, did you?
I did not choreograph this one. No. We had James Tolbert choreographing this one.
Love
and
James.
He's great. But yeah, it was an incredible experience, and I actually loved how many things there were to juggle, because it kept my brain very engaged at all times. Because do you find that sometimes acting is a little boring?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
It is. This last show I just did was not.
Okay.
Because I had such a heavy lift.
Sure.
Where it was like me on stage by myself for 12 minutes doing a monologue poem.
Intense. Yeah,
and then going into, it was immersive theater, so then it was 5 rounds of the same scene over and over.
God, yes.
And so I'm feeling out different. There was a lot to consider.
Yes.
But, and then other times, yeah, I'm just like, oh, I'm just coming in here, I do my function, and then I get out of the way.
Right, exactly. That's kind of your role.
Yeah, and especially like if you're on like a TV show or a film, then it's like sit in your trailer, do for hours,
yes.
and then come in. Everyone's been working nonstop.
Yes.
Plug in and then get out.
Yep. So it was nice to direct because my brain was so stimulated all the time, and I was thinking about so many elements, which then helped me also just tap in deeper to, because I was in it as well. I could tap in deeper even to that as well because I had such a vast knowledge of the whole, of every element of the show.
Lauren?
Yeah.
We were at Boston Court Pasadena last night.
We were.
Being in LA, I only go and see plays either at theaters I've already acted in or at places that my friends are in shows at.
Right.
This podcast has not yet helped me get past that because I've only gone to the Geffen and Boston Court Pasadena, which are both places I've performed at.
Right, which is amazing, by the way. That's an amazing resume.
I feel very blessed.
2 excellent houses.
The whole thing with the Geffen,
yeah.
There was an audition for a musical at IAMA, actually you came and saw, called Found.
Yes.
And when I went in for the audition, I prepared the callback song.
Oh.
And I saw that when I got there, it was like, please prepare your own song for the audition. And I almost didn't sign in.
Oh my gosh.
Because I thought, oh no, I can't. And I was like looking up songs that I could do right then.
Dancing in the Moonlight.
And I was like, can I change the key of this so it'll work for me? And is there a website I can change keys in quickly?
That's so stressful.
And then I was there, and Gwen Hollander, who I'm about to see in Come From Away.
She's so talented.
Tomorrow.
Too. Oh, amazing.
At the La Mirada Theater.
Amazing.
She said, what are you doing? Just audition with the callback song.
Yeah.
Just tell them that. And I did that, and then I booked the role, and that director, Moritz von Stulpnagel, is the one who then brought me in. He invited me to work at the Geffen.
Straight offer?
I had to. He was a straight offer, but then he's like, I need you to just tape a little bit so that the writer, who's Elizabeth McGovern, who's also starring as Ava Gardner in it, she was like, I want her to see that you are the right fit.
Of course.
But I had a great person in my corner.
Wow. Isn't that amazing, though, how it's like, that's the stuff where you look back and you're like, all these little decisions or wrong decisions even, like, played into this thing that happened then years later.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Like these opportunities that you would, like, you just like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And it really was a thing of like, get over your fears.
Yes.
And also like, get over the rules.
Right.
It's like, oh, there's a rule. I went in there, I was like, hey, I prepared the callback song. It's like, oh, that's fine. We just didn't want to give you guys extra work.
See, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I don't think any casting person is going to be like, you prepared the wrong song.
Yeah, you prepared a song from this musical that we're casting right now.
But you were saying you've only been to
this actually. Let's not even go backwards.
Okay, great.
Let's say where we are right now.
Love it.
Because
I'm not directing this. What the fuck am I doing?
Because Elizabeth McGovern played Ava Gardner in that play, Ava the Secret Conversations, and Ava Gardner was in the movie version of The Night of the Iguana.
Well, look at that
Transition.
And she was Maxine, right?
She was Maxine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was so wonderful in that. I watched the movie because I was preparing for that show. So I was watching a whole lot of Ava Gardner stuff to prepare for it.
Wow.
And the movie's interesting. The play is interesting.
Super interesting.
And before we get to that, let's just talk about Boston Court Pasadena really quick. It was one thing I like about Boston Court Pasadena, it's a 99-seat theater.
It is such a beautiful theater.
But it's such a like cavernous space.
Yes.
It has incredible tech.
Yes.
It has incredible size to the stage. Like for a 99-seat theater, you cannot get better with what they are capable of doing. And like the gift of a 99-seat theater is that the whole point of it is that Equity has a specific contract with 99-seat theaters that allows them to not have to spend as much money so they can take bigger risks.
Yeah.
And really try some more experimental pieces, which I think is why perhaps Boston Court put on this show that is not necessarily one of Tennessee Williams' most produced plays.
Yeah,
you know?
Totally.
The Night of the Iguana, because usually you see A Streetcar Named Desire. Mm-hmm. Usually you're seeing Cat in a Hot Tin Roof, or you're seeing Glass Menagerie.
Yep.
Right? And those were all written in the 50s. And then at that point, after those, Tennessee Williams had a lot of duds.
Yeah.
That came out. And also, that man had demons.
Oh, yeah.
And he was born in a really tough time.
Uh-huh.
as a gay man.
Absolutely. He dealt with his own addiction too, right?
Oh my gosh. His friends described him as swinging between wit and ruin.
Oh, wow. That says a lot about the play we just saw last night.
They said that like there was a party he went to and he got so drunk and he was also on pills. Like he was always balancing himself with barbiturates and amphetamines, like trying to find that happy place in between. Wow. And he tried to like recite poetry, couldn't get it out, and started weeping in the corner. Oh wow! Like yes, of all I think the characters that Tennessee Williams has written, I think that the Reverend is the one that probably is aligned most with his struggles.
That makes so much sense.
But let's talk about the play.
Great.
Before we really get into before we get into discussing it, like do you even know this play?
Do you know this play?
Do you even know it? Have you seen this movie?
Do you even know this play?
Do you know Tennessee Williams' play? Let me tell you about it. So The Night of the Iguana is about a disgraced minister, a lonely widow, and a wandering artist colliding at a crumbling Mexican hotel where a storm forces them to confront desire, faith, and the desperate need for redemption. Right? You're dealing with T. Lawrence Shannon. He's running this tour of choir, a female choir from a Baptist church in Texas, and guiding them through Mexico, and they are upset. They're really because upset. He's trying to give them the real Mexico. And they're like, that's not what I was on the brochure.
Yep.
We have a brochure here, and you are not following it, sir.
Yep.
And he's trying to show them the real Mexico. But, man, this man is troubled.
Oh, yeah.
He has self-admittedly psychotic breaks. He is an alcoholic. And he brings them to this place that is clearly his like, safe zone. He wants to come see Fred. This is like his safe zone, to talk to Fred and hopefully get Fred's assistance in calming these women down because he's really stepped in it.
Yeah.
And that's where I think this play is really a challenge. You're watching this man and you're like, I don't want to root. I don't care. No. I'm now out.
Excuse me, I'm going to swear, but you're like, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, why am I still on his journey? The reason that Tennessee Williams wrote it in such a way is he had his own demons of he would go to these hotels and meet these young men in the bars and pay them to spend time with him. And he had all this shame and guilt that went with that. And he was mostly going toward younger men. And for him, he couldn't tell that story.
Right.
Because that story in 1961 was not going to be accepted.
Right.
And so he thought the way to actually make it more accessible is to make it a young woman.
There are many problematic things in the script.
Yes.
That being the main one, of course. And I was like, obviously, I do not like that character. I think he is evil and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I think the way to look at this play is you have to zoom out from him specifically, and you have to look at just mainly the themes that this play is trying to get at, which are like despair, loneliness, shame.
Right.
And just kind of look at it as just almost like a character study and not like, oh, we feel bad for this guy, because I didn't at all. No. I did not empathize or sympathize with him at all. I was like, this man has committed a crime and then is coming to this hotel, making it everyone else's problem, is having a breakdown.
He is victim blaming.
Yes.
He is having a breakdown. He is like roping everyone else into his trauma.
Yes. He's causing a complete tornado in this place. But there is also the part of it where you're like, if I'm just looking at this from what it's giving me in terms of themes, I can just be like, these are the themes of the play.
Themes of the play, and also, here's a minister who's taking advantage of young children.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that's so real.
So
many things about this show, as gross or terrible or just crimes.
Yes.
As they are like, no, we're still dealing with that.
100%. Also, like, I think it's worth noting, and I think this is still relevant, is that he is a defrocked minister, and he wasn't defrocked because of his criminal behavior. He was defrocked because he gave a sermon where he denounced God, pretty much.
Right.
And that's why he's defrocked.
What a great point.
And that made me so mad.
Yeah.
It made me mad when I read the play, and it made me mad watching it.
But you know what? This is what I mean about this being a show that like forces you to think and deal with our own humanity and society. Because like that's the things that happened in society before it came to light. What was happening in the Catholic Church with a lot of these priests was like they were not. You know what happened when someone found out what they were doing? Moved to a different church.
Yep. 100%.
And so like it's real.
Yes.
And it's something we have to deal with.
Yes. I think it's very telling too, and this again is still relevant today, that like the story is not about the young girl who was put through this. The story is about focusing on this man who's now having a total breakdown because not even because he committed this crime,
right?
But just because he's an alcoholic, he's been defrocked, he's a wayward soul, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a lot to grapple with as a person who is living in this time who has a completely different code of morals and ethics.
Totally. Let's just switch gears and talk about the world building that they did for this show.
Yes.
Like to take another like step backwards and away from the play and into the production.
Yeah.
And the moment I stepped in the space,
gorgeous.
I was blown away by that set, the way that they interacted with it, the way the lighting shifted to, you don't have edits to say, look here, now look there. There's such a great like way of just, and this is also, by the way, I didn't even tell you yet, this is a preview.
Oh, yes.
This show isn't even open yet.
Right.
They have another preview tonight and previews are a chance to take all the rehearsal you've done with the actors and all the tech work that you've done, put those together. And once you have them in a place where they kind of start to have some cohesion, put an audience there and see how does an audience now, adding that next variable into it, how does that change the story?
Yeah.
And so here we are. They still have another preview tonight before the show even opens to discover what this play is.
Right.
And so we got to see that preview. And honestly, I thought so many of those elements came together so beautifully.
I agree.
The ability that Boston Court Pasadena has with lighting and sound and space.
It's every show I've seen there I feel like is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And this set design was so brilliantly done and so beautiful. The way, because you on stage you have the hotel rooms. Yeah. But the way they constructed them so you can see through was so brilliant. The way they did that. The lighting was so beautiful. I also felt like it really encapsulated the kind of like, I felt like you could feel the kind of heavy, like mugginess of the area.
It was cold in the theater, but I could feel the sweat.
Yes.
100%. And also, I wanted to stay at this hotel.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was watching it and I was like, this is gorgeous. Yeah. I want to be here. I want to live in this world. But yeah, I really was transported.
Yeah.
And the way that before the show even began, the stage started to get populated by the two helpers, Pancho and Pedro, played by Michael G. Martinez and Juan de la Cruz. They did a great job of keeping that world alive. And I thought that their relationship they were like in a whole different play, which I loved.
I had so much fun watching them. I would watch them a lot, just kind of off to the side.
Yeah. And same. Like there was a point where they were just in the corner. They're not in the scene, but there's a hat and they have cards and they're just trying to throw the cards in the hat.
Yes.
And I'm like, gosh, this world is alive. But I think that also helped because there's a rainforest. So the world really is alive.
Yes.
All around them.
Yeah.
And the sound where you could hear the car honking from behind you and the way that the actors would go over. I think it was the actors, maybe it was a speaker, but you could hear the women.
It sounded like real people, but I was like, either that's an incredible sound design or it's real people.
There was another thing that really threw me. Anne Noble.
She was fantastic.
Who played Frau Fahrenkopf and Miss Judith Fellows.
Yes.
I thought it was two different actors at first.
Unreal. What a chameleon.
When she came on there as the little the evil little German family. Why do we need them? Tennessee?
What's going on, Tennessee? I was so puzzled by that. I was like, is the point of this just to be like, hey, World War II is happening?
Right.
Was that like the point? I did not understand that at all.
Hey, if you can understand why the little demon German family of Nazis is there, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Yeah. I got no idea.
I really racked my brain.
Those little terrible clowns.
Right. Is it just...
that at some point took the play to like, it felt like a different genre when they were attacking
him. Yes.
I was like, oh, we almost like went into like not magic realism, but some kind of like, it didn't feel like realism anymore.
Right. It was kind of clowny.
It was.
Yeah.
And they were clowns 100%. The whole time.
But they also didn't like speak enough for me to get a real sense of like what their deal was.
And same thing in the movie, by the way.
Oh, really?
When I saw the movie, I was like, what are these? Why are we even talking about these people?
Yeah.
But their acting was great, but the fact that they exist, I didn't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, but the actors did a great job with it.
And I think that has to do with the fact that, you know, Tennessee Williams was, at this point, when he was writing this play, there were stories of him in his hotel room taping pages of the script up on the walls, muttering to himself as he's drinking straight gin.
Oh, wow.
Could have used an edit.
Maybe maybe one pass.
Maybe one pass. Like, all right, let's do our sober pass.
Yeah. What are these Germans doing here?
What are they doing here?
Yeah.
But just about that performance, like when we could hear their voices, her job playing both those roles.
She was excellent. She was so funny too.
So funny.
Yeah.
A woman who played Maxine Falk.
Excellent.
Julianne Chitty Hill. This play, I think that, you know, a lot of Tennessee Williams shows obviously have some heightened language to them, but I think this play most of all has like almost Shakespearean level, and the way that she tackled the musicality of it blew me away.
She was so good.
She made it so musical but also so grounded, and I could follow her, and I loved, and I could just, she had such specific relationships with the world and with each character.
She like, you just were like, she like lives here. She's been here.
Yeah.
She's been here for years. She knows this place inside and out. She knows these people. Like, yeah, she was excellent.
Yeah. And Isabella Feliciana.
Yes.
Who plays one of the German girls.
Yes. God bless her.
And also the unfortunate character, or the character in an unfortunate situation, Charlotte Goodall. Which, by the way, I thought that like as tough as that situation was, she did such a great job of like not allowing herself to become super victimized while still like she was more being like, no, I know what I want and I know the world, like, you know, which is a very like 16-year-old view on the world.
And that's really how that character is in the script
too. But I really appreciated the work that she did, and she was very funny as the little blonde German girl.
Yes.
And then just to talk about what a beast of a show this is for Riley Shanahan.
Yeah.
Who played the lead role of the Reverend T. Lawrence Shannon.
Yeah.
That is one, how do you keep the audience on your side? And I don't know that you can.
No, I don't think you can.
But I will say that the times when I was most with him was when he was having mental breaks. When he was at the end of his rope and like he didn't have any energy left to control it. You know, because the language is so lifted.
Yes.
That at those moments when he let the language go and just allowed the mania to take over, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you're doing that.
Yeah.
That was so impressive to me.
So impressive. He's got a great theater voice too.
Oh, when he would drop down into that resonance.
Oh my God. Gorgeous.
My chest shook.
Yeah, that is a beast of a role. So many also just like rambling monologues of all this heightened language and really extreme emotional peaks. And again, like you said, also, this is a character that I don't think you should or are meant to empathize with at all.
No.
Because I think also the point of him is to see how he kind of affects everyone else. Like maybe that is the way to look at it.
Right.
But it's definitely, even though he's kind of, I guess, the protagonist of the play, you're not watching it being like, oh, wow, this is his. It's like, no, he's very upsetting to watch.
Really? Yeah, go ahead.
I think he was very successful in that.
Yeah, I really do think that this is less of a play and more of peeking into Tennessee Williams' journal.
Yeah.
You know, and so when you look at it like that, of like, because this character, there's a storm that's a large character in this show, and I think that Reverend T. Lawrence Shannon is also the storm. You know, 100%. So you're watching the storm of Tennessee Williams' brain just exploding on the stage.
Yes.
And it is dirty, and it is challenging, and it is inappropriate, and it is shameful.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And and like it says, like he is that iguana tied up underneath the deck that wants to just be freed.
Yeah.
And so like while I don't empathize with him being like, oh, he gets like somewhat of a happy ending because he gets to be calm and live here in this hotel that I'd love to go visit.
Well, not with him there.
Not with him there. It's in such a way that it's just what Tennessee Williams wishes for himself.
Yeah.
To be free of all this pain.
Totally. And I think like also I feel like with each character is looking for like salvation or release of some kind from their own demons, from their situation. At the end, when, spoiler alert, when Hannah, who's like probably the
also
main...
very well acted by Julie Lee, and Nano by Dennis Dunn.
Yes.
They were both. I loved Nano. I loved his
too.
speeches. I loved also that he stayed in his room.
Oh my gosh.
Through intermission and through the end.
Yes.
Like what a beautiful addition.
Yes.
There. But both of them did excellent jobs in this show.
Excellent. And also like really challenging roles in different ways too.
Yeah.
But at the end of the play, Nono finally finishes, he's a poet, he finishes his last poem that he's been working on for years and years and years, and then he dies, and so he is freed at the end.
Yeah.
He's finished his poem, he's kind of done, and then Hannah is also freed.
Yeah.
Because he has now passed on, and she has been kind of devoted to taking care of him and bringing him around. And also it's been like she's kind of accused of being a hustler a little bit with her grandfather. Like you're using him to kind of hustle your way around the world. And so I think maybe that's a freedom she gets, is like freedom from her circumstances.
Totally.
Does that make any sense?
That makes you're inspiring me so much, because what you're saying makes perfect. Yeah, you just hit a light. It's okay. What you're saying, that's for I forgot his name. I think it's Jake Razzle or Jack Razzle. Something Razzle.
Okay.
A lot of people get saved or freed in this show. Even the small character of Jake Latta, played by Christian Haynes.
Yeah.
Who when he comes on, the main dude Lawrence is like, Larry's like, oh, what, you finally got out of prison? You haven't been doing tours with them for so long. He's actually freed from, even his small character has this like quick moment on stage, but it's met with this freedom of like being pulled out of the sidelines back into a job because of what Larry has done.
Yes. And the women on the bus who've been stuck on that bus who are like, we're not supposed to be here, they're all freed from Shannon.
Yeah.
Because Jake takes them and gets them back on their tour.
If we look at this as a way of taking a quick peek into the sadness that is Tennessee Williams' brain at this point in his life, this is right before his partner dies.
Ugh.
To talk about the character of Hannah, they say that she is, or it's been written that she is like a parable for his sister, who was lobotomized at his mother's behest, which he calls the single greatest disaster of his life.
Oh my God.
So I think he's also trying to like give Hannah some of that. Like, I think he's like looking for this female companion that he lost from in his own family, and has been what's the word I'm looking for? That he's just been so sad about for so long.
Yeah, like tormented.
Yeah, that he's been tormented. I'm not using you giving it to me, just me saying it.
Brian came up with that. He actually invented that word.
Yeah, I have a new word. The moment you think tormented. What do you think you into it? To all of that, I think we've done like a pretty good overall scope of this show, plus this performance, plus Jessica Kobzanski's direction of it,
which I thought was great.
Incredible.
Yes.
The way that this is such a hard show.
Yes.
Which, to your point, why are we doing it?
Right.
But to the other point, why shouldn't we be able to do hard shows? Why, if at any theater, the Boston Court has the ability to take big risks.
Totally.
And I think this show is such a big risk because of the content of the show. But when it comes to what they did with the words on the page to make it alive in front of us was such a success.
Yeah, I agree.
The world building, the the clear direction, the sight lines, the way that also Riley's a tall man.
Oh my gosh, she's so tall.
When they there was such a smart things that there were times when you'd put him up on a step and he'd be even taller than the women, or times where Maxine would come up on the step and then she was eye to eye with him, or Jake Latta would come up on the step, Christian, he would come up and now he's eye to eye. Like they were so smart to use his height and the way this stage had levels, to take and give power to him in such an interesting way.
I'm so glad you said that. Yes, because that was so striking as we were watching the show too. The show is also, it's a long play, so you really get a lot of time to really sit in that with all these people and in this world and notice everything.
Yeah.
And the levels was a thing that I noticed right off the bat where I was like, ooh, this is fun. Even in this small theater, there's so many fun levels to play with right here. So many
fun levels and so many fun lighting things. Like we were talking before about the Pancho and Pedro sitting in the shadows playing games, but they're still alive in it, but they're not well lit, but the world is still alive in that section.
Exactly.
Also the lighting that shifted when as the day went on, you could really feel the heat get into the coolness of the rain.
Yes.
And how I was actually talking to Riley after the show, and Maxine, so he has this moment that is very Shakespearean. It's very Hamlet, where he's doing a soliloquy on stage.
Yes.
And really just saying, like, he's basically talking directly to the audience and to the universe at large. And it used to be that Maxine was there listening. And then there was one rehearsal where she wasn't available to be there. She walked out and he was left alone and had no grounding force, and they kept it.
Wow.
And it was, I thought that was he was so great in that moment.
Super effective.
It was so effective in that, I feel like I'm seeing Hamlet. The direction of this show was top notch.
Yeah, top notch.
As difficult as the subject matter was, I thought it was delivered in such an effective and beautiful way.
And while still, I think also not trying to make it something that it's not.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Not
that's a good
trying
point.
to make it a sympathetic thing or trying to be like, let's look at the other. It felt like it was very much like, these are these people.
This is what happened.
Yes. I'm
going to tell you a story. Bad stuff happened, but it's going to make you think about your life.
Yeah.
And it's going to make you think about what's happening in our world right now. And take a good hard look, because you can look away and you can ignore it, or you can face it. And if you have to face it, then what do you do? And I hope that the lesson to take from this show, if anything else, is sit down and take it in.
Yeah. And just because you're watching it doesn't mean you have to relate to it or sympathize with it or agree with it.
Right.
It's just there for you to watch and, make your own judgments.
Yeah.
On it.
And do something like this. Go see a show and then
do a podcast. And
then do a podcast. I was having a friend of mine who's saying all shows should be at 5 p.m. and then you can have dinner after.
I've talked about that before, where I'm like, why we all have to go home after these shows? We need time to talk about.
Change the 2-show day to 11 a.m. for the matinee, and the evening shows at 5 p.m.
Great.
So you get dinner after, giving you an opportunity to actually talk to your friends about what you just saw.
Yes.
I will recommend that you go see this show. I do think that it is worth it to see some genius work done by some actors.
Yeah.
Some incredible work done by Boston Court as a conglomerate, all the artists and artisans there, as well as their artistic director and director of this show, Jessica Kobzanski, and how she was able to facilitate and delegate to create such a cohesive world that was built so beautifully and lived in by all of these characters. And I will tell you, it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
This show will challenge you. And if you're willing to be challenged and have conversations and look at the dirty and dark things about our world, this one's going to bring you there. And I think it's worth it for that reason.
It is a feat to make anything.
Anything.
Anytime a show goes up or something gets filmed or anything gets made, it is a small miracle. And it takes so many people working so hard and being so good at what they do. I
think it's, again, one of the things I'm trying to figure out in here. What is the power of theater? And why is theater worth it? And I think it is. I think there are shows that are just there to fill 2 hours of your time with joy and fun.
Yeah.
And there are shows that, there were times in the 1920s where people would go see a show and then riot in the streets afterward.
Right.
Because of how powerful the message was in them.
Right.
And so, if this one is a message that you go into and you take it as a warning or as a, oh, yeah, I've been there in the past, or or whatever it may be, I think it's worthy. I think it's worthy of how it changes your body chemistry from the way you came in to the way you came out.
Yeah.
What was so successful and so hard to do is get all these people in line to create one cohesive vision when you're dealing with so many different artists, all the actors, the lighting designer, the sound designer, the set designer, all the technical people in the middle that are actually doing the work those designers are sending them toward.
Yes.
That you then, as a director, have to facilitate the vision.
Yes.
Like, your job is to deal with all these artists, hear them out, and facilitate that vision, which I'm guessing is like kind of what you just went through.
Yes, absolutely. And it's super challenging, but like, you could totally see that in this show where you're like, there's a very clear vision. Every performer is like their own very unique character, but they were all in the same world, and they all existed together, and that made sense. And then, with all the tech, it worked really well together from that point of view.
And I don't want to make him think that I didn't notice him, because I thought he did a great job too. I can't say your last name. I'm so sorry. George, who played the German boy. Him and Izzy. George and Izzy. Funny. They were so funny together. They came out and they had that first kiss, and I was like, oh my God, what is like, they were just having like a grand old time.
Yeah.
So I thought he did a wonderful job too. I just realized I talked about every actor but you, George.
My gosh.
I saw you.
We see you, George.
We see you. Lauren, what do you got going on? Is there anything you want to promote, talk about, discuss?
Well, I'm in a play. Well, I don't know when this comes out.
It's going to come out very quickly.
Oh,
so
amazing.
The thing about this show is I can't bank a lot of podcasts ahead of time.
Right.
Because I'd like it to come out while the run is still happening.
Yes.
And as I said before, this show is running through October 12th.
Oh, I love it.
And right now it is September 19th. So I'm hoping to get this out in a couple days.
Love that.
So you can talk about things that are recent.
Okay, great.
Or current.
I'm in a show, an original play called Big Bear, which will be at the Elysian the second weekend of October. It's a fantastic comedy, 90 minutes, all in real time, which is my favorite type of show.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be great. Please come see that if you're in. I think it will also be live streamed. So if you don't live in LA, you can still watch it.
Whoa, I love that.
Come see it. Will you come see it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Maybe I'll bring a guest and we'll do a podcast about it.
Oh my God, you should. You totally should. And then you can find me on social media, and I also have a Patreon where we do a lot of fun stuff.
Lauren, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being one of my guests and going and see a show with me last night.
Please, can I come back?
Yeah.
When you've run out of guests.
You want to be I'll never run out of guests.
Okay.
But I'll bring you back as a return guest.
Please.
Maybe you'll be the first return guest.
Oh my God, I would be honored. This is my favorite thing to do, is go see plays.
Me too.
Okay, great.
And this part, like, honestly, I feel like I have such a better understanding of the show now because we got to sit down and talk about it.
Yes, totally.
Half of it because I got to say my stuff out loud, and sometimes when you say it out loud to another person, it actually checks your feelings.
Totally.
Like, do I really think that?
Yeah.
And then also hearing your point of view totally inspires me.
Same.
And changes my point of view on the show.
Same. This is beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Theater Kid Energy. If there's anything that you want me to go see, or that any segments you want to see in this show, or any guests you think I should bring along with me, tell me. I want to know. I want to hear your notes. I love notes.
Love notes.
As an actor, I honestly do love notes.
We love notes.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
We got Big Theater Kid energy. Look out, we project, we sing out, Louise. Never mark it, always go full out. John Patrick Shanley never had a doubt. Our voices are warm, fan kicks are high. We've got perfect form. We say thank you, five. Grab your prop, charge all the glow take. Curtains going up. 5, 6, 7, 8. We got Big Theater Kid.